Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming and supporting Hearts and Horses Therapeutic Riding Center and joining us today. I would like to take 1 second just to thank our corporate sponsors for our event. Our corporate sponsors are Moody's Collision Center in Gorham, Woodsom's Blue Seal Feeds and Needs in Waterboro, Brackett Bookkeeping in Sebago Lake, Westcott & Sons Tractor Supply in Gorham, Maine, Casco Federal Credit Union in Gorham, Maine, the Magic Bridges in Scarborough, Maine, Clean Source New England in Saco, Maine, the Gorham House of Pizza, Angelo, everybody knows, and Healing for Horses and Bob Solomon. Without the corporate sponsorship, this event would be really hard to pull off, so we really appreciate their business. I would also really like to welcome Gabby Herrmann and the Royal Lipizzan Stallions to our farm, and thank you so much for sharing them with us, Gabby.
Thank you. Good afternoon. We are delighted that you've come to watch this afternoon's performance of the Herrmann's Royal Lipizzan Stallions. As we gather for this occasion, we're also here to remember a great horseman and a man of history, our family patriarch, Colonel Ottomar Herrmann. Honoring his wishes, the family continues with the legacy of showing these beautiful white stallions. But before we begin, I would like to answer a question that most of you will ask at the end. You're going to notice that this is an all-women's team. And the reason is genetics. The Herrmann family had mostly girls. There were 2 boys, but they didn't have the calling. But when our apprentices come in, 90% of them are girls. We do have our spouses that help us set up and move, but prefer not to be in front of the audience. Also, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to Hearts and Horses for hosting this event. They did a great job. Give them a nice hand. What you're about to witness is history, living art and poetry in motion. The Herrmann family takes great pride in preserving these arts and traditions that have been handed down to my family for generations. 300 years ago, one of my ancestors, Knight Ritter von Schobel, was gifted a Lipizzaner by the Habsburg Emperor Ferdinand II to lead his armies into battle. In 1962, the Herrmann family brought their Lipizzaners to the United States. The reception from the American people was overwhelming on our tours across the country, but the family wasn't happy with the touring conditions. The promoters pushed the horses too hard and made them work on concrete floors. This is not what the family had in mind. So when the contracts were up and the obligations were fulfilled, the family decided to try it on their own. They brought the horses to smaller venues so that you, the audience, could see them up close. For the past 40 years, the Herrmann family has upheld the European standards of training in this country. We performed at the Madison Square Garden in New York, to Boston, Philadelphia, all the way to the Cow Palace in San Francisco. And this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, our stallions perform for you. But before we begin, we always open with an invocation. Our Father, as we are gathered here, may we all be conscious of the freedoms that have been endowed upon us. How wonderful to come together without being guarded or confined in activities. We, as citizens of a free nation, have freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of the press, and freedom of our religious belief. May we be humble in the privileges that are ours. May we guide our youth in the steps that will make us a proud nation. We ask your blessings upon these fine animals and riders that are here to give us happiness this day. We ask that all who are here with us will return to their homes safely and will join with us in thanking our Supreme Maker for the blessings he has bestowed upon us. Guide us all in the path of righteousness. Amen. And now a few words from the late Colonel Herrmann.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome now nach Old European style. In der Dressage, dismounted in Austria, auf der Reitschule, wir wollen die Dressur am langen Ziegel. In Amerika, die Dressage dismounted. Lipizzan Stallion number 1 is Yuri Ivanov, followed by